Hi everyone, it's been a while. Welcome you once again back to the channel. So in this video we are going to look at another type of the loops in C++, the while loop. So we got to know in the previous video that we have three types of the loop. That's the for, or the while, and the do while. And we already looked at the for loop in the previous video. So in this video we are going to look at the while loop. Alright. So the while loop, they basically do the same thing, like repeating things that we cannot do with C out. Maybe you have a couple number of things to like execute. Maybe let's say we are executing C++ or some 100 times. We cannot be doing C out, C out, C out, C out that number of times. So we use the loop to do it. We just write the code statement for that, and then it will execute that number of time we are actually expecting. All right, so this is the syntax for the while loop. So we will have our keyword, that's the while, and then we bring our parentheses. And inside the parentheses, we are going to have the condition of the condition, and then we will have our parentheses, and then within that is the code statement that executes when the condition is met, or it evaluates to true. Then all right, so that's the syntax for it. So we have a while keyword while over here. Then we have a condition that we will depend on. So if this condition is evaluated to true, then this statement within the parentheses over here is going to be executed. So we are going to look at a classical example. Let's initialize an int variable, say int age. Um, let's initialize this to 1. All right. So we have int age 1. So we are going to do while age is less than or equal to 35. Let me do that. Then I'll bring my curly braces. So this is where we are going to have our statement, code statement, that is expected to be executed when the condition is true, evaluated to true, it's met. All right. So I'm going to do C out you you are young, or something like that. Okay, do something like you are young in line. All right. So from here we have our initializer over here, that is age equals to 1. So while the age is less than or equal to 35, then we are going to execute this. And then we know that the age is initialized to 1, and then 1 is less than or equal to 35. So we will actually have our first program executed. And then there will be a problem over here if we go ahead and run this. Okay, so let me show you something over here. Let's go ahead, build and run, and then we are actually going to, you see, it is running infinitely. It is actually not ending. All right. And then if you are not using a proper CPU, it might damage it. All right. So you could see from here that it's actually like running. It's executing infinitely. And then the reason is we set the condition to be age less than or equal to 35, but you could see that we didn't have any increment over here. So we want it in such a situation that there should be a time limit that this condition should be false. All right. Yeah, so we have to get that there should be a time that this condition should be executed to false, so that our program could be terminated. All right. So before we can do that, what will help us is, if you remember in the for loop, you see we had an incremental operator. So that's the work of the incremental operator over here. So we will just do age and the plus plus. All right. So by doing so, we hope that infinite sloping is going to be demolished. All right. So from this code statement, you can see that we have an initializer over here, age to be 1, and then we have while age is less than or equal to 35, then we will see out you are young, and then after seeing out you are young, the compiler comes over here and then add 1 to this, and it goes to 2, and it will check the condition that if 2 is within 35, and then 2 is actually within 35, then it go ahead and print this also, and it comes back here and then add 1 to this, making it 3. All right, so that's how it's actually going to do. So let's go ahead, build this and run, and you can see you actually have only 30 of them. Okay, you let me add the numbers to it so you could actually see what we talking of over here. So let me do age. All right, let's go ahead, build and run. Oh yeah, to leave a space right here, go ahead, build and run. Okay, so you can see we have from 1 through to 35 over here. All right, so that's how the while loop works. All right, so basically while the condition is met, the statement is actually going to be executed. Alright, so this is what we have for you today for the while loop. See you in the next video. If you have found this video helpful, please do me a favor by subscribing, sharing for others, and also turning on the notifications so that you don't miss whenever we bring in a new episode. So see you in the next video. Bye bye.